How's it going, folks? Mark from Like Minded Lunatics, and I'm back again with Jim.
What's going on, man? I'm happy to be back again.
I'm happy to have you. And Ricky. Ricky, how are you?
Good, Pantera!
Dude, I'm so excited. So we were sitting around recording stuff, having beers, and we found out Jim has never heard Cowboys From Hell.
He's a Pantera virgin.
I know who they are. It's just not my...
It wasn't your speed.
It's not... there you go. It's not my speed.
Okay. Well, this was one of those songs that, we back home we'd throw parties and stuff, and occasionally a cowboy would get lost and wander into our party. Be like, why don't you play any cowboy music? And so this is what we would play. We would be like, oh, you want to hear cowboy music? We have a cowboy song for you.
All right. Well, I love cowboy music.
Well, I think you'll enjoy this one.
It's great.
And Ricky, you said that you were working at a music store when this came out.
I was. And it was awesome. Everyone was buying it. I was like, man, I love the band. I loved them in college.
And what year was this? Do you remember?
It was the mid-90s, early mid-90s or so.
Should I explain? Is it something like George Strait? Because, I love to Amarillo by morning.
There's some themes, I think, that might be similar. I'm not entirely sure.
They may share a couple of chords.
Maybe so. Maybe chords.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
a shot.
And fellas, we have a very special beer for this one. We actually have a Pantera Ale. This is from the Texas Ale Project in Dallas. They didn't pay us to do this, so
but they can if they want to.
They could, yeah, that's
Pantera
right.
beer.
So let's pop these and let's see how the Pantera beer
Cheers.
works.
Cheers, fellas.
Folks. Cheers.
Salud.
Cheers. Cheers, everybody. Let's see what this is like. I feel like I could drink this and get a bloody nose and be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ricky, how about you?
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Very Pantera.
I don't want the bloody nose. Don't hit me.
Well, I'm not going to promise I'm not throwing elbows in the middle.
I may deserve it, but...
That's right. All right, folks, this is Pantera, Cowboys From Hell.
Dimebag.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah! I gotta pause it here because I don't know if folks know this, but if you have a good set of headphones, this beginning pans. Isn't that right, Ricky?
It goes, yeah.
It goes, and it just pans back and forth. Dimebag is the one playing the guitar. And the funny thing about...
That's his name, Dimebag?
Dimebag Darrell. That was his name. He was the one that was killed on stage. And
how was he killed?
A guy gunned him down.
Really?
A guy with schizophrenia, mental illness, walked on stage when he was playing with Damage Plan and killed him and 2 other people live on stage.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. No off-color comments on that. Respect, man.
Yeah, man.
So as far as his playing is concerned, Dime has been quoted as saying Eddie Van Halen was his huge hero.
Okay.
And so a lot of the and Ricky can help me with this, a lot of his playing is very EVH centered.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So much so that right before he died, he'd been in contact with Eddie and told Eddie, I would love to have an EVH guitar that had stripes on it. Eddie was starting to stripe him a guitar and he was killed. And so Eddie gave his estate the Van Halen 2 guitar that he used on the 2 album, and it's buried with Dimebag.
Yep.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Eddie said that he couldn't go to the funeral. He couldn't stomach it. He said it was too emotional, but he gave them that guitar, and it's buried.
They
with
buried
Dime.
it with them. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So his playing. So like when we're watching this, just imagine this is EVH without quite as much distortion.
Okay.
I mean, his fingering and stuff, I feel like is very similar. Yeah! Come on!
Nobody touches us at all. SHOWDOWN, SHOWDOWN. Spread fear within without us. Even that attack walks off the wheel. Spread the word throughout the land.
Come on, it's time for a bloody nose.
Guys, we're back! Oh!
Want to kick some ass.
I just want to bust Jim right in the face.
Man, you always want to bust me in the face. There's nothing new here. It's not the music.
I'm actually kind of getting tingly because this is so reminiscent of when I was in college.
Just that line, showdown, shootout.
And the gum, 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 gum. I'm like, oh, it just brings me back.
So how are you feeling right now? Because
This is in no way George Strait.
What?
There's no no way. I don't see any similarities to country music.
This is a cowboy song.
It says cowboy in the
Not the
title.
Cowboys I
man.
know.
No, it's literally in the title. Cowboys from Hell.
God
Nope.
dang.
Just the energy from this song. And if folks remember, this was like around the time of like Poison's Flesh and Blood album,
Okay,
Motley
okay.
Crue's,
Yeah.
Dr.
Yeah.
Feelgood,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then this shit comes out, and you're like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Run for cover!
Who's taking over this town?
That.
Got that lick.
Yeah, and Vinny, so that's
There he is.
Dimebag's brother,
Okay.
Vinny Paul. He passed away, what, like 4 or 5 years ago?
It's
Rick?
been pretty recent.
Yeah, he was the drummer, so they started the band. And oddly enough, folks who are longtime fans of Pantera will be able to tell you this, they were a glam hair band.
Really?
Yeah, essentially before this album. I don't know if you remember seeing them, Ricky, but they were a glam hair band, kind of like Dokken and Cinderella
Right, yeah.
and those bands. And then they got rid of that singer, and do you remember his name?
I don't.
So they got rid of that singer, and they brought in Phil Anselmo, and Anselmo can't sing glam stuff. Yeah, I mean, look at him. He looks like if he said white power, it would not be weird. You know what I mean? Like he's one of
You
the.
tell me that all the time.
So I'm not saying. I mean, Phil is by all accounts he's gotten his stuff together.
Gotcha,
But like
gotcha.
when you look at him, you're like, yeah, I get it.
I get it. I
Yeah.
see it.
And so he's not going to be up there singing like Cinderella-esque. So.
Gotcha.
Right, that's right.
Where your city used to be.
This is my favorite part. That's how we felt. Driving around on gravel roads, running people off the road.
I understand nothing what they're saying. I don't get anything.
Really?
I can't understand anything.
Nothing.
Nothing.
All right. First verse. Under the lights where we stand tall, nobody touches us at all. Showdown, shootout, spread fear within, without. We're going to take what's ours to have, spread word throughout the land. They say, bad guys, we're black. We're tied or tagged and can't turn back.
Oh, cool lyrics. I like it. I like it.
And again, as somebody who grew up in a shitty town where 95% of the people were listening to George Strait,
Good people.
no, this was what we would blare. Just like, fuck all of y'all. That's right, that was exactly it. Reach for your guns. This part.
Dude, I'm not a fan, but I would love to be in that concert right now.
Would
I
you
would love
really?
it. I would love it. If I was there with you, I'd be trying to take cheap shots. I mean, you would probably whoop my ass. But I'd be probably trying to hit you in the side and then
right.
saying it was somebody else. I'm saying.
It's that guy.
It wasn't me.
That didn't hit you in the jaw. That was that guy
No,
right
that
there.
dude, like, looked like you, Jim, but it wasn't me.
He just ran off. He ran off. You might want to go find him.
This is where you go and you kick each other's ass, and they're like, "Let's go get some beers, man." And
Exactly
you're all
that.
bloody and
You got a bloody nose.
Oh,
You're
man.
like, "Dude,
Come on."
That was awesome.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
I just love the fact that it's so rambunctious and rowdy, and it does feel Texas to me.
Oh,
I don't know why, but it feels Texas to me. You know, we've reacted to stuff like Clutch and ZZ Top. I still feel like this is Texas as well.
I can see it. Also, the 90s aesthetic of the black and white cut. You know what I mean? Like, it's interspersed. Well, it's like a very 90s, like, you know, everyone did it. Alanis Morissette did it. Everyone did it. Rappers did it in the 90s.
Beastie Boys did it with What You Want.
Exactly. There you go. I love it.
Yeah,
Takes
it
me back.
is. It really is firmly kind of that late 80s, early 90s aesthetic where we're like, hey, we discovered we can go back in black and white and it looks cool.
Exactly. Yeah, no,
I never
great.
thought on this channel we would compare Alanis Morissette to Pantera, but we did.
I love Alanis. We went to her. I've got a rock report with her right here.
Oh yeah, she's awesome.
I love
She plays the
Alanis.
flute really well.
And she was great in concert.
Yeah, your review was great. Watch his review. It was great.
It was a fantastic concert.
Yeah.
I do like all kinds of music. I'm
You don't like country music.
Well, no, I don't care for it.
You don't like George Strait.
I do not care for it at all. It gives me the runs. I don't care for it, and it just upsets my stomach.
Maybe you like it, you just don't like the aftermath.
No, I don't care for it. I don't care for it at all, Ricky.
You
at all.
have so many bowel problems. You can't attribute that to music. I mean, already going in, you have serious issues. So,
Are you telling me it's correlation, not causation? Is that what you're telling me?
It's exactly what I'm telling you.
All right. So you're not a fan. This has not won you over.
It hasn't won me over, but if I were there, I would have enjoyed myself. I had a couple beers in me. I was there with you. If I could hit you and get away with it and not have you whip my ass and blame it on somebody else, I had a great time.
I wouldn't blame it on somebody else. I would just be like, well, you brought that shit on yourself.
Exactly. I would have run away. I would have been hiding behind somebody else.
Right.
And then when I got away, I would have said, great concert.
Mark, somebody cheap shotted you.
You know,
me.
concerts like this, the people that you see are often really nice. You do the concert and then you hang out afterwards, whereas the other concerts are like, oh, get the hell away from me. Man, no.
Although I do have to say, Ricky, I feel like that is a dying thing because we've been to some recent concerts where the young dudes, they don't understand the etiquette of the mosh pit, and they're in there actually trying to take cheap shots, and the older dudes are like, "What is happening? This young guy doesn't know what's going on. What?" And they're not following the rules, and they attack people on the outskirts.
Right, you got to be in there.
That's a no-go.
I did go into one mosh pit once at a Bush concert. I mean, Bush, I know, but it was good. Gavin Rossdale rocked.
That's a pseudo mosh.
It was a crazy mosh.
All right, well. Let's go to Trivium or Slipknot and we'll compare.
Who are these? I've never heard of these. Never heard of these groups.
Well, folks, I was hoping that we could get Jim to be a big fan of Pantera, but I don't know if we've succeeded.
I appreciate fan. I don't know.
Okay.
But I definitely did go up the ladder.
Okay.
The night is young.
The night's young. That's right. We still have more of the Pantera beer left. Fellas, what do you think about the Pantera beer?
I love it. I'm not an IPA guy, but a little bit of hops is good. I like it.
I kind of think so, too.
Yeah. Awesome.
In fact, if you hadn't told me it was an IPA, it's a golden ale.
Okay.
I feel like it's pretty middle of the road.
Middle of the road. I like it. Very, very, very smooth taste.
That's right. It would be great after a mosh pit, I feel like. You bust somebody in the face and then you have a beer together.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, cheers, folks. Hope you enjoyed this. Let us know in the comments what you think. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Pantera. And take care of yourselves, folks. We'll see you soon.